You know, first day on the Elite Series, and things went pretty well, you know, sitting inside the top 5. You know, a lot of guys are way in, but the thing is, you know, it's winter time. It's winter time here. It's cold, it's windy, it's 30 degrees, mid-30s, and you know, anytime that happens, the Jinaroo rally grub will always play. That grub fishing is always a key, especially on smallmouth lakes, and that's something that's going to play a role and has played a role for me this week, and hopefully continues to play a role for me. You know, day one was pretty awesome, but one story, you know, for me personally that happened throughout the day is, you know, I'm sitting there and I have my bail, I drop my bait down in the bottom, and I reel it up and I get a bite, and I set the hook, and I had my bail halfway open or something, and the bail opened up. I'm like sitting there and I'm like, oh no. And so I don't have any tension on this fish, and I flip the bail over and I start reeling, and I reel, and he's still on there. I get him in, it was one of my bigger fish of the day. So, I mean, thankfully that worked out and I caught that fish, but we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, oh yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah, nice fish, Jacob.
That's it. You know, it's been a day of adversity. There's no doubt I'm stoked to be in second place. You know, this morning it was 20 degrees. It was freezing. Glad to have my Under Armour gloves on. And, you know, the thing is you never get that, like for me, like personally, it's just all about staying positive. And today, that's all it was. Staying positive and keep rotating and knowing that eventually I was gonna run into him, and fortunately I did. Man, today was crazy, and you know, about 1 o'clock today, I had some battery issues, and basically one of my batteries and the lithiums basically, if one goes bad, they all are done. Like you don't have 24 volts, one goes bad, it's all done. So at that point in time, I had a couple options. You know, Joby at Minn Kota helped me out a lot, and like I said, at least understood and figured out what the problem was and the issue was. And at that point in time, I either had, you know, I could get another boat somehow. The trip would have to come down and look at it, or I had that in my mind. Of course, you know, this being my rookie season and transitioning from the FLW Tour to the Bass Elite Series, I wanted to read the rule book backwards and forwards. I wanted to know them like the back of my hand. And for me personally, what it was is like I already knew like Keith Combs and somebody else down at Falcon did the same exact thing. So for me, it was something like, hey, look, I have a couple buddies. I called them all up, and none of them picked up. And I said, I know where they're fishing because they're fishing close by with me. And I just ran. Fortunately, I pulled up on Dustin. He had a few fish, and he said, dude, come on, let's go have a good time. So, you know, that's sort of what it was. I mean, that's really what it came down to. And I'm very fortunate to have what I have. And, you know, huge shout out to Dustin Connell for the opportunity to fish in the boat. Guys, we got it done. It's been a crazy week full of adversity, and you know, obviously this lake is it's one of my favorite ones now. Tennessee has been very good to me. Between Chickamauga and Cherokee, these are the two lakes that you know, here in Tennessee, I'm definitely going to be probably moving down here. But you know, the thing is this week is being able to change tactics throughout the tournament and having plenty of spots. You know, one thing in pre-practice, I caught a lot of fish on that rally grub, and even practice caught some fish on a Jinaroo rally grub. In the tournament, it turned into a jig head minnow, fishing it vertical, but it was definitely allowing me to find the fish a lot quicker. If I couldn't see them and graph them on my wireless electronics, I could throw that rally grub through there and I'd get bit, and then I could go and take that jig head minnow and get vertical on them and catch them. So it's been an awesome week, and that's my wrap up.